standing at attention, placing your hand over your heart, and proudly singing our national anthem.
Mic check testing, 1, 2, 3. Mic check testing, 1, 2, 3. This is a mic check testing in Ancilla College at GRCC, Grand Rapids Community College. Again, mic check testing, 1, 2, 3. GRCC Ancilla College. Again, mic check testing, 1, 2, 3.
The head coach for the Chargers is Marian. The assistant is Bradley. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the starters and coaches for your Raiders. Number 0, Sophia Wozniak. Number 4, Harmony Dutton. 15, Emma Picarasti. 21, Avery Piot. And 23, Tiana Day. The head coach for the Raiders is David Blazer. He's assisted by Mike Jankowski and Danny Robinson. Let's play basketball.
Well, happy Wednesday to you as we welcome you inside the Gordon Hunsberger Arena here on the campus of Grand Rapids Community College here on this cold and wintry evening. Jackson Hayden with you. We're ready to get under our way here. Marian University's Ancilla College Chargers take on the Grand Rapids Community College Raiders here on this Wednesday night. And we are in store for a pretty good one. As the jump ball will have to be reset here. Again, Jackson Hayden with you, taking a look at the starting lineups here for the Chargers this evening. Sierra Bonner, Alea Keel, Anika Davis, Santana Eubanks, and Emma Nelson for the Chargers. For the Raiders, as looks like some confusion here already, so the Chargers will just start with the ball here, not even 2 seconds under our way, but Sophia Wozniak, Harmony Belton, Emma Picarazzi, and Avery Piot, as well as Tiana Day. First look at these two teams here playing against each other this season. And an out-of-bounds step there by Emma Nelson, and it'll be the first turnover of the game for the Chargers. Raiders coming down the floor, one of the best scoring offenses in the MCCAA. Raiders on a 3-game winning streak entering today. As Tiana Day with a nice drive, and she gets the roll. First lead of the afternoon goes to the Grand Rapids Community College Raiders. And a full court press look is on for David Glazier's Raiders. Mid-range jumper will equalize this ball game. Emma Nelson, after coughing up the ball there in our first possession, will tie it up to a piece. We're just a minute under our way here at Grand Rapids Community College. Very cruddy weather out there, so not a large crowd on hand this evening. Appreciate you all tuning in tonight. Making the safe choice. Wozniak taking her choice on the step back. Here's a second chance three, and it's good from downtown. Tiana Day. "5-2 Raiders," and the Chargers down the floor. Here's near side for the Chargers. Eubanks with a nice drive, and will draw the foul on Tiana Day. Just under 8.5 to play. All 5 points for the Raiders is to Tiana Day's line. Emma Nelson with the only 2 for the Chargers. Finds a 3 spot, trying to tie it up. No good. Grab the rebound was Eubanks. Eubanks with a reverse layup to pull him within 1. And the Chargers go down the floor. Well, the record for the Chargers doesn't show what it actually is. It says they're 8-7, but they had to give up a number of games due to forfeit. About 4 games that were originally wins. So think about that. They would have been right about the same record as the Raiders. So I guess technically you could say they are, but officially they're not. But this Chargers-Riders rivalry goes back and forth for quite a while. Have a lot of history with each other. 2 of the better teams in the Western Conference. Although David Glazier and his Raiders have been playing significantly better than they were when David Glazier took over this program. Belton, coast to coast. The layup, no good. Too much gas behind that touch off the glass. The Raiders, 36-12 all time against the Chargers. Raiders have played nearly perfect here at home. Thinking about the 3 was Eubanks. A little hop pass, finds herself wide open, and she gets the ball to fall her way. And the Chargers take their first lead of the afternoon. 6-5, 6:49 to play here in this first quarter. Of course, David Glazier was a rough start. Chargers losing only twice in his first handful of years, and then it's been all Raiders since the 2019 season. Since February of 2019, the Raiders have only lost twice to the Chargers. Neither of these 2 teams, despite their success, have met up in the tournament, conference tournament that is. A nice drive that couldn't finish. Down the floor they go. Here comes Sierra Bonner. Excuse me, Sophia Wozniak. Belton, a little hesitation. Wozniak now with it, far side. Wozniak driving. Wozniak, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Kicks it out to Belton for 3 and falls short. Chargers in the powder blue jerseys tonight. Raiders in the all whites. Raiders have similar color schemes as the Chargers, so it can get some confusing sometimes, despite them never wearing powder blues, and that's a deep 3 there for Santana Eubanks, and they lead by 4. We haven't seen a deficit this large for the Raiders in quite some time. So they pause just to reset the net. So Avery DePogder checks in for the star Avery Pia. DePogder has been the best player off the bench for the Raiders, averaging about 6 points. He's been a great 6th player for the Raiders. So they try to continue their success here on the home floor tonight. Wozniak kicks it out. Belton for 3. Rattles in and out. That was a good setup there. Wozniak with great awareness there on her side of the floor. And the Chargers trying to go up 3 possessions here with a basket. Kicking out to the top. Keel with a drive. Kicks it outside. The 3-ball. No good. Falls short. Rebounded by Belton as she goes down the floor. She'll go full court pass. It's intercepted. Bonner will now lead this offense. Chargers just need to slow it down. They need to keep pace. Just do their brand of basketball, and a little aggressive there for Avery DePogter. Transfer from Aquinas College. And we're going to get our under 5 media timeout. 4:32 remaining here in this first quarter. 9-5. Chargers lead it over the Raiders. We'll be right back here on the GRCC Sports Network. Welcome back here on the GRCC Sports Network, coming out of our first media timeout of the evening. Some good defense here by this Raiders. You kind of feel the energy shifting back over to the Raiders. Nice drive, step back, looking for the travel. And they're not going to get the call. Bench was calling for that. Chargers lead it by 6. Still a 2-possession deficit now for the Raiders. Harmony Belton with the ball. Nice find inside. Trying to kick it back out. Kick it deep 3. No. Emma Picarazzi with some nice space. It's a rare miss for Picarazzi. One of the better 3-point shooters for the Raiders. Raiders came out looking a little flat. Very unlike the Raiders from what we've seen in weeks past. The Raiders have been dominating on the hardwood floor for the last couple of weeks. Their last loss coming back on January 2nd. Excuse me, January 3rd and 2nd, but before that, you got to go back to November 30th. DePogter will jack a 3. No good. The threes are cold for the Raiders here to open up this game. 1 for 6 to start. As the other night, as Belton hits the floor pretty hard, helped up by the Chargers. So the foul is going to be assessed to Belton. That'll be her first. The Raiders' third. It's a quarter. 3:11 to play here in this first quarter, but the inbound here. Keel kicks it out. Pump fake by Davis as she drives, spinning, trying to work her way through traffic and is fouled. She'll head the line for 2. Keel, or excuse me, Anika Davis, one of the best players in the conference in terms of offensive production this season. Davis, 11th in the MCCAA in points per game, meaning she doesn't miss very much from the free throw line as well. So officially up by 3 possessions here. And an 8-point lead for the Chargers, a deficit that the Raiders haven't seen since their loss earlier in the year. Seeing what they can change up here on this possession. It's a big one as they need some momentum shifting. Swings here, off the foot, Piat, and bodies on the floor. Santana Eubanks going to draw another foul here for the Chargers. Tough break is not really fallen in the Raiders' way. It's an 11-0 run for Ancilla College. Again, Raiders were up 5-2 at some point. It just looks like some confusion here from the officiating crew. And headed to the line 4-2, Santana Eubanks, making her homecoming here tonight. Graduate of East Kentwood High School, played with a number of these players on the Raiders, such as Trinity Starling, Sophia Wozniak, Tiana Day, and I'm sure many other of the players on the Raiders have crossed paths with Eubanks. Second one is good, so she splits the pair. 2:45 remaining here in this first quarter. It's a 14-5 commanding lead for the Chargers. Raiders looking to get hot here. Shooting just 20% from the field here to open up this game. Needing some momentum. And another quick whistle here this time. They inbound it. Raiders needing a big shot here with 2.5 to go. Driving is Belton. She tries to bounce it out, and the ball turned over. Davis with the drive, the layup, and she is fouled going to the rack. And this is something that Raiders are going to have to take note of as they just pick up their 6th foul as a team. But these officials, there will be no whistle swallowing tonight. It feels a very heavy whistles already. 7 fouls combined. And 4 of the 5 starters for the Raiders already with 1 foul apiece. So 2:10 to go. Raiders down 9. Ball poked away. Wozniak does recover though in the backcourt. Here's Lincoln Rockburn trying to recoup from her rough day on Saturday as it rolls off the rack. Second chance try coming up here for the Raiders. Wozniak over to the top of the key, looking for help, kicks it back out. Belton to Wozniak, a deep 3. Yes! A much-needed 3 for this Raiders squad. Finally gets them on the board, snaps their nearly 7-minute scoreless drought. The drive, the spin, the juke is good at the rack. Eubanks puts it back up at 8. Bounce pass, just silly turnovers. Oh, interesting. A late call there by the officials there on the near sideline, but nonetheless, these Raiders are just making mistakes that you don't see them make, or you haven't this season. 7 fouls here in the first quarter, 5 turnovers here in the first quarter, and it's a 14-3 run for the Chargers over the last 7.5 minutes of this game. And Chargers trying to keep that going on as the tight full court press defense jars loose the ball in the hands of Bonner. A substitution here. It looks like Audrey Prater is going to have to come off the floor. Grabbing at that right shoulder. But everything's okay for Prater. Under a minute to go here in this first quarter. Near side for Guy. Top of the key. Here comes Eubanks. She'll pull up for mid-range. It clanks off the back. And down the floor. Here comes Belton. It finds Rockburn. Rockburn will have to retreat outside. They go cross court. Mid-range jumper. And it goes in. Poet shooting him in. The bench with 4 of the 10 points here in the final 2 minutes of this quarter. 25 seconds to play. Eubanks swinging it around. Nice step inside the paint. It's no good. Recovered by the Raiders. A chance to make this a one-possession lead before the end of the first. Belton kicks it out. Another pass. Wozniak, a three ball. And no good. Rebounded. 8 seconds to go on the clock. Eubanks down the floor. 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. At the buzzer, the floater is no good off the glass. And that's how the end of the first quarter will end. Well, the Raiders starting to find their groove a little bit there towards the end of the first. We'll take a quick break when we come back. Well, at the start of the second quarter, you're watching GRCC Women's Basketball here on the GRCC Sports Network. Welcome back here on the GRCC Sports Network. The final 10 minutes up on the clock here in this first half. Jackson Hyden with you. Pleasure to bring you GRCC basketball all season long. You're live on the GRCC Sports Network. Rockburn with a nice flip outside. The three ball just falls short and out of bounds. Last touched by the Raiders. It was a little standoff there between Rockburn and Bonner. As you're going to start seeing a lot more bench players start to sub in, starting to give some of those starters a little bit more of a break here as we enter the second quarter. Second quarter is a very heavy backup player quarter for the Raiders typically. But typically the Raiders, or at least in the last few home games, the Raiders have been up by quite a bit. So we'll see if that strategy changes for David Glazier. Step back three for Bonner, and she nails it. 19-10. Largest lead of the night. Raiders needing to find an answer offensively. They've been quiet, but they've kind of started to find a groove. They're at the end of the quarter. Babb flips it back out. Rockburn looking for some help. Piot out there. Down low, and a foul picked up there by Ancilla College. That'll be their first of the quarter. That'll be their second of the game. That first quarter was a very heavy foul quarter for the Raiders. Wozniak finds Piot on the inbound. Nice cut by Babb. Babb, the layup is good. Babb does not miss often. She was kind of a third stringer type player to start this season and has quickly became a reliable piece off the bench. Despite her height disadvantage, she has been very, very good. A track star in high school and proving to be one of the better bench options for the Raiders. Got to get it off. Shot clock, and it's fouled. That was good defense there by the Raiders, though. Raiders have been struggling on defense. It's been, of course, 19 points here up to this point is very unlike the Raiders. in terms of how physical they are defensively. They usually play a lot of full court looks. Very man-type defense. And they catch a break here as the first free throw attempt by Bonner rolls off. And she'll miss her second, so the Raiders getting away with a shooting foul there. Here's Babb. 2 points on the last possession down to this floor. Babb stops, kicks it out. Day for three. Yes! Day pulls him within pulls him within 4. 19-15, 8 to go here in the first half. This is more like the Raiders defense that we're used to seeing. Near side three, contested, falls short. Ball loose, recovered by the Chargers. Tiptoeing their way near the out of bounds. Trying to slow things down is Tiana Guy. Nice cut inside by Anika Davis. Going on 15. That's kind of the risk that you take with the type of defense that the Raiders run. She'll just pop a three. She says, why not? Why not me? Then it's a one-possession game for the Raiders. Kicks it out near side. Davis down low. Handoff to Keel. She drives, spins, loses control, but finds herself. And the layup is good. So the Raiders are starting to hit more shots. But the Chargers are doing just enough to stay alive here. 5-point lead for the Chargers, 6:50 to play. Tiana Day with a drive, loses her balance, has to retreat. Swings it over to Rockburn. Rockburn stops, pivots, the push up is good. Great moves by the freshman, Lincoln Rockburn. She did not have a great day on the floor on Saturday despite the Raiders' large win, but already off to a great start here in this first half. Ball loose, not much hustle, but the Raiders come away with it. Rockburn down the floor, finds Schooneman. Schooneman across floor. Here's Day, the drive, the layup, and the foul. And she'll head to the line for two. Came just mere inches away from potentially making a three-point play and tying this game up. But she'll have a chance to pull the Raiders within one with 6:04 to play here in this first half. 23-20. You can't relax against this Raiders squad. As the first one is good. Great spin on that ball there for Tiana Day. Tiana Day, leader in points for the Raiders at 12.4 points per game. And she sinks both, 2 for 2. So we got a substitution here. Sophia Wozniak's going to come off the floor. Harmony Belton checks in. 23-22, 6:02 to play here in this first half. Chargers trying to make this full court press pay. Keel nearly losing the ball, kicks it out, deep three. Airballs it, and out of bounds. So Raiders on this possession will have a chance to take a lead, with no matter what kind of bucket it will be. The last lead was at the 8:17 mark when they led 5-2. Here's DePoctor. Nice bounce pass outside. Babb with a nice drive. Just threading her way through traffic. Couldn't finish. Tiana Day had about 2 Chargers in her way that took the ball away, and it looks like another foul is going to be assessed to the Raiders. Raiders, the fouls have been a little bit more contained here in this first half. 5:27 to play here in this first half. Again, we appreciate all of you for tuning in here on this Wednesday night. Weather less than ideal outside, so we totally understand you've been taking the safe choice and staying home, tuning in. A lot warmer there for sure. So the kick out outside leaves her wide open for three. Bonner can't get it to go. Rebounded by Eubanks. The putback no good. Third time is the charm. 25-22. Eubanks has been on fire here in this game. And she picks up 10 points here up to this point in the game. Nice dish. Here's she'll throw. Don't see a ton of her. Shoot him in. Step back two. It is rejected. And it looks like last touched by the Raiders. And Audrey Prater will get ready to inbound it here, but we'll have to wait as the under 5 media timeout is here. 4:52 remaining. Chargers clinging on to a 3-point lead. We'll be right back here on the GRCC Sports Network. Coming out of the media timeout, 4:52 to play here in this first half, 25-22. The Ancilla College Chargers lead it over the Grand Rapids Community College Raiders. Here on this cold and wintry, yucky Wednesday evening. Eubanks bounces it low. The spin, the shoot is to the right of the rack. And down the floor quickly go the Raiders. Babb showing off her track skills, kicks it out. And they'll slow it down. Rockburn, pump fake, she drives, she stops, she throws it up, and it's good. Raiders within one. The pressure is on for this Raiders defense. Babb nearly stealing it away. Lucky enough not to get called for the reach. And a backcourt violation. And that's what this Raiders team will do. They can suffocate you defensively, give you no room to grow or no room to spare. And it's a really clean brand of basketball when they have it working for them. 4:07 to play here in this first half. Day back out on the floor. Trying to go inside to Rockburn, but it's stolen away down the floor. Here comes Nelson, and it's blocked. Last touched by the Raiders. That was all Palm. Over the last few games, we haven't seen David Glazier, the head coach for the Raiders, get very vocal. And tonight, obviously, a bigger game, as this is almost kind of like a mid-season test. But Eubanks just clanking it off the glass very sharply. This is a mid-season test for the Raiders, and I know what their record says, but that's not accurate. I mean, obviously the 4 games they had to give up their wins for, but he is a lot more vocal tonight. So Raiders nearly just letting up an easy basket. But the Raiders are a 3-pointer away from tying this game up. Raiders have not led since the 7:17 mark of this game, of the first quarter, that is. Nice drive and a foul. I'm going to say Rockburn gets called for the foul. 3:01 to play. It was a nice looking drive there for the Raiders. So the Raiders just keep taking minor setbacks each chance they get closer. Eubanks, top of the key, driving. Euro, the floater, no good. Now Tiana Day will go down the floor. Ball just poked away by Eubanks. Now Eubanks receives the pass. Eubanks down the floor. Day can't get there, and Eubanks extends the Chargers' lead to 5. So the Raiders are going to slow things down now as the quick game not working to the best of their abilities. And another turnover there by the Raiders via the foul, 2:20.
Replacing number 11, Rockburn.
Eubanks, far side to Prater. Prater with the ball near the bench, down low to Nelson. She turns around and shoots, and she gets the shot to roll her way. 31-24, and all of a sudden the Chargers lead, expanding here in the final 2 minutes. Raiders need to get back on the success train that they were on just a few minutes ago. A lot of that has been due to fouls off the ball. The Raiders have racked up a ton of fouls here this evening, 11. Avery DePogder already in foul trouble with 3. So that's a big critical piece that the Raiders are going to have to play carefully with. Babb pulls up for mid-range, peers it. Babb is just a very exciting player to watch when she comes off the bench. You've seen her speed. Now some separation, miscommunication. Nelson flips it underhands. Outside the drive. And let's see, out of bounds. Last touched by Davis.
Now on number 3, Davis with the Chargers. That's her first team foul, number 4.
So minute 12 to play. Now if the Raiders play their cards right, you could very easily potentially tie or maybe even have the lead going into the locker room. Feeds Day, down low. Day can't finish, second chance. And it looks like a foul coming up here on the Chargers. Tiana Day will go to the line for 2. She did sink her only 2 free throws earlier in this game. That got her to 9 and 10 points on the night. Tiana Day with the only free throws attempted by the Raiders. 59 seconds will remain once this ball goes live again. Her first attempt rattles out. Raiders have only scored 1 more point than the Chargers here in this quarter. Make that 2 more points. 31-27, 4-point lead for the Chargers. Raiders needing another maybe quick stop here against the Chargers. Too much separation being created, and she makes him pay. Emma Nelson with a 3 ball. And those chances of the Raiders potentially going to the locker room in a 1-possession game becoming very slim to none. Nothing is beginning, or just nothing is falling. Babb with maybe a little too close of a pass to Schilthrow. Shot clock is turned off. Chargers with a 34-27 lead. Can hold on to the ball for the final shot if the Raiders don't try to press them. .15 seconds, a 3 ball makes it a 10-point lead for the Chargers. Something the Raiders want to avoid. you're going in the locker room. 6 seconds to go. The flip off, 2 seconds. They got to get it off at the buzzer, and she does not. That was about as close as close can be. So we'll head into halftime. Chargers with a 34-27 lead over the Grand Rapids Community College Raiders. We'll take our halftime break. When we come back, well, at the start of the second half, we'll be right back here on the GRCC Sports Network. Welcome back here on the GRCC Sports Network as we are just about set to go here at the start of the second half here on the campus of Grand Rapids Community College. Jackson Hayden back with you. And back with you on the floor as a travel call there by the officials. Sierra Bonner that time charged there. And the Raiders with their first break of the second half as they try to come back down from this lead that the Chargers have had, their largest lead. Another quick whistle. Man, these officials have been very, very quick to blow the whistle tonight. 18 fouls combined here. And we are just about 20 minutes and 20 seconds into this game. I mean, it is, I feel like, at least in the games that have been here in Grand Rapids, you barely get any fouls unless it's pretty egregious. And I feel like everything's been called tonight. Day gets fouled with her drive to the hoop. So already 2 fouls here for the Chargers in this second quarter. All but just 2 players that have been on or checked in for the Chargers this evening have picked up at least 1 foul. Day misses that one. Day now 3 for 5 from the floor tonight. Day was 3 for 4 entering this half, and she'll split the pair, 34-28. Crowd wanting a call there, nothing called. There's been a couple of those where the crowd maybe gets a little amped up, maybe the bench gets a little amped up, no calls. And then it's a lot of the ones that just kind of sit there and make you think. Day steals it away, down the floor they go. Wozniak to the hoop, and it's good. Day with some good heads-up play there. Gets the Raiders back in within 4. Down inside, now bounce pass into the paint, and Eubanks. So right back to where they were from, and the Chargers are going to call an early timeout. They will have 3 remaining here in this game, 8:39 to play in this third quarter. We'll be right back on the GRCC Sports Network. Welcome back here on the GRCC Sports Network. 8:39 to play here in this third quarter. Chargers with the 6-point lead, but the Raiders with the ball as they go down the floor. Harmony Belton with the ball down the floor. Piat with a couple fake handoffs. Piat with the drive, the spin. Nice pass cross court. The 3 ball is airballed. Eubanks looking for the off-ball foul. Well, she's not going to get it. Picarazzi maybe gave her a little bump into the face quickly. Off the front of the rim goes the missed 3. Ball is loose. Ball still not gathered. And somehow the Chargers come away with it. Keel doing a nice job of kicking that outside. Eubanks swinging around. Around the world they go. The 3 ball, no good. Ball loose. And she steps out of bounds. Ryan Gold not happy coming out of that timeout. Of course, Chargers just burning their first of 4. The starting lineup for the Raiders have been quiet all night except for Tiana Day, and a foul drawn there. Piccarazzi was going to the hoop, but Tiana Day with 12 and Sophia Wozniak with 5, and those are the only 2 from the original starting 5, who are all the 5 that are out on the floor currently that have a bucket tonight. Piccarazzi misses her first. But 13 points for the bench here tonight, which is a good showing. We were kind of wondering how that was going to play out for the Raiders in that second quarter, especially because their lead wasn't as large as they may have liked it. Well, they didn't have one, but nonetheless, not to where they wanted it. Good flip outside. The 2-pointer. Roll is no good, and it's grabbed, but it's stolen right away by Eubanks. Eubanks dribbles out. And I think Wozniak is going to pick up the foul here. Wozniak gets her former high school teammate. Nice slap on the back there. You know they got to be excited to play against their former high school teammate. Again, 3 East Kentwood alum on the Raiders. 1, of course, Eubanks, the star of the show for the Chargers. Eubanks passes it a little too far inside, out of the reach of Bonner. Now Sophia Wozniak will inbound it from the baseline here. 7:09 to play in this third quarter. Raiders looking for their first bucket since the 8:54 mark in this third quarter. Belton trying to guide this offense. Wozniak step back, loses her handles a little bit, otherwise it would have been a 3 attempt. Belton with the drive, kicks it out and dishes it right to the wrong team. Keel down the floor to Eubanks at the paint, and it's good. Gold asking for, oh, and now the officials making their presence felt again. Saying Gold was out on the floor. I didn't think he was that far out. But supposedly he was. I mean, that I didn't think he was more than a foot outside the bench, but I'm not the official. 6:40 to play here in the third quarter. Down low in the paint, and it's right into the hands of Eubanks. So some turnovers going back and forth. Oh, and now a foul there on the Chargers. And, I mean, I think it's just one of those. It's like, well, you can't touch anybody anymore. I mean, Chargers just picked up their 4th foul here. And we're not even 4 minutes into this third quarter. I mean, the rate of fouls have been insane tonight. That's 20 combined fouls now between both teams, with 4 of them for the Chargers here in this third quarter. And again, we're not even halfway through this third quarter. It has been a heavy whistle game tonight. Day with a drive, bounces it to the top of the key, Belton. And it's just deflected off the hands of Wozniak. Eubanks against her former teammate. Ball loose, last touch by Wozniak. Eubanks with a nice smile on her face. You know that's fun to go against Wozniak, and they're messing around on the floor. It's Wozniak and Eubanks going back and forth. Inbound out to the near arc. The 3 ball is off the back iron. Rebounded by Keel. Down inside the paint, it's stolen away. Piot trying to slow it down. And there, a quick reach-in foul. The 5th foul for the Chargers here in this third quarter. And with that, the bonus will be enacted here for the Raiders. A 1-1 coming up here. 6:04 to play in the third quarter. This is a bit egregious if you ask me. So the first one is good for Avery Piat, 38-32. Second one, it rolls in, 38-33. So Elijah Keel will come up the floor. 6 minutes to play here in this third quarter. 38-33 is our score. Bonner on the far arc, bounces it out towards the logo. Bonner back with the ball. This closeout defense has been tight for the Raiders here on this possession. Ball loose, getting away with it. Under 10 to play on the shot clock, and it's, a big hit on the floor. Keel. Avery Piat's going to pick up the foul here, and now some confusion. There we go. Keel at the line. Her first is no good. Free throws continue to be a struggle. This is not a great free throw shooting team. The 8th worst in the MCCAA. She does sink that one. So the Chargers officially 4 for 10 tonight at the charity stripe. 39-33. Raiders needing to take advantage of some of this cold offense here by the Chargers. Haven't seen the Raiders chuck a ton of threes tonight, which is a rarity. The passing hasn't been as clean, though. That's kind of been a big part of it. And the ball stolen away again here. Eubanks away with it. Eubanks with her 7th steal of the night. Closing in on a triple-double. Already has the points, has 9 rebounds. Now 7 steals. Actually, they're going to credit that to Davis, not Eubanks. It's still 4 steals. Inside, Eubanks. Off the glass, rejected by Wozniak. Eubanks with the recovery to the glass, and it's no good. Wozniak goes down the floor. The bounce pass, a little errant. Gets it out to Day. Wide open 3. No good. Second chance try coming up here for the Raiders. Wozniak with the drive in the paint. The Euro, the floater. That one is no good. And the Chargers come away with it. Man, it has been a game or a quarter of misses here for both teams. Just 11 combined points. And many, many turnovers. Another one. Jeez. Raiders with 20 turnovers as a team. 10 for the Chargers. And they'll slow it down. 4:15 to play. I believe the under 5 media timeout will be coming up with the next dead ball. Near side. Passes up the 3, the drive. Rejected. Oh, they're going to not call a foul there, but that'll be the under 5 media timeout. 3:59 to play here in this third quarter. It's getting tight here in Grand Rapids. 39-33, Chargers on top here on the GRCC Sports Network. Welcome back here on the GRCC Sports Network. 3:59 to play here in this third quarter. 39-33 is our score. Nice inbound pass underneath the basket. No good. Second chance try is good. Santana Eubanks with 20 points on the night. Her ninth basket overall from the field. As her outstanding night continues. Day underneath the basket trying to respond. Never mind, they kick it out. And a travel called. Hmm. 41-33. Wide open three. And it falls. Just their fourth made three of the evening. And they lead by 11, their largest lead of the night. Rockburn will take a response three, and it just bricks off the back of the iron and quickly go the Chargers. Belton trying to press a little bit before it gets ripped away. Under 3 to play. Finds herself open again, and she drills it. 47-33, and all of a sudden, the Chargers lead big on the back of a couple of big back-to-back three-pointers. Needing response desperately is GRCC. Ball poked away. Day picks it up, drives the Euro, then she is fouled. Really didn't get much of a chance to get that ball off. Day has really put this team on her back. She's been the only consistent offensive producer here tonight. 12 points. The next closest is a two-way tie for 5 points. Day misses her first. She's now 4 for 7 from the free throw line. This Raiders offense, good at a lot of things offensively. Free throws is not one of them. They're the 5th worst in the conference. And we're going to get a media timeout, or excuse me, not a timeout, just a couple of subs. Bonner getting ready to inbound it from her baseline. As Keel brings it up the floor for the Chargers. So the Raiders need to put together a couple of defensive stops here. They were able to do it earlier on in this quarter. That has since subsided. Ball, let's see, last touched. Nice shield throw. Keel slowing this offense down, trying to guide this offense. Not much time on the shot clock. 5 to shoot. Near side. Bonner for 3. And it's good! 3 straight three-pointers for the Chargers. 50-34. They've hit more three-pointers in this quarter than they have in the previous 2. And the Raiders have gone cold. Down 16. Needing a huge run. Just needing to build some momentum. They really haven't been able to find good shot selections here this evening. I mean, talk about, this is a team that has the second most, or excuse me, the second most shot attempts in by any team in the conference. Rockburn for 3. That one's good. That was needed for the Raiders. A minute 15 to play. 14-3 run for the Chargers. Trying to continue that run here on this possession. Finds another open 3 for Bonner. Airballs it. And the Raiders will recover. Under a minute to play. Down low, nice find, kicks it out. Rockburn passes up the 3. She'll float it, no good. Off the side, ball loose. and recovered by Day. She'll jack a three and airballs it. Belton trying to get to it. And let's see, last touch by the Chargers. So the Raiders will get another life. 39.8 seconds left here on the third. 14 left on the shot clock. But again, the Raiders average north of 70 shot attempts a game. And so far tonight, just 35 shot attempts. This is just a masterclass defensively for the Chargers. But for the Raiders, it has been a rough night. 21 turnovers. That's a big part of it. Belton receives, ball, turnover again. Down the floor, one-on-one. Here comes Keel, and she can't finish. Ball loose, gets it up, stolen away. Keel, the floater, and it's good. Draws the foul, and will head to the line to try to complete the three-point play. That first one breaks off the back, and because of the one-and-one, the Raiders recover. 20 seconds left here in this quarter. We'll see how the Raiders play this out. 15 to go. Day pivots. The jumper is good. Tiana Day hits a big three. The Chargers down the floor. 3 seconds to go. Stolen away. 1 second at the buzzer. Oh, no. Had a chance to pull them within 10. They'll have to wait. And the fourth quarter is upon us. 52-40 is our score. Chargers on top. We'll be right back here on the GRCC Sports Network. Final 10 minutes of play on the scoreboard. The Ancilla Chargers lead at 52-40. And the Raiders needing a big quarter. It's been a rough one all night long. They've shot 36% as a team. Not great from behind the arc. Just need to find high percentage shots. Wozniak will airball this shot. Last touch by the Chargers. So that'll help them in terms of getting the ball back. Wozniak on the baseline finds Piat. Piat and the stolen away off the hands of Shilthrow. So many of the passes just off the hands tonight for the Raiders have led to one too many turnovers. Eubanks with the drive inside the paint. The floater can't get it to bang off the glass. Belton trying to save it. The second chance is good, and the foul goes with it. Keel has been right there in the back pocket for the Chargers tonight. I feel like you've seen a lot of that from Keel, where there has been no eyes on her. She comes flying in, makes the recovery basket. That's exactly what the Chargers need. So the Chargers up 15. It's going to take a big run, but a lot of time left in this game for the Raiders to do so. We've seen them go on runs bigger than this already this season. Day inside, looking for the foul. Nothing called, and they're going to say last touched by the Raiders. So now it almost feels like some of these calls are getting a little selective. Open three ball off. Keel is there. Keel with 10 points tonight. One of 3 players in double digits for the Chargers. Eubanks with the drive in the paint. The layup, no good. Brought down by Piat. Wozniak down the floor, finds a lane. Wozniak can't finish. And the misses continue to pile up for the Raiders. From the free throw line, no good. Now Belton the other way. Oh, the entire Raiders bench wanting a three. There from Picarazzi. Belton finds herself wide open, and she drains it. Yes, these Raiders have been cold tonight. You still cannot leave them wide open. They will make you pay. Raiders in the top half of the conference in terms of three-point shooting. Contested three, no good. Got to capitalize on these possessions. 7:30 to play. Wozniak down the floor. Wozniak swings it over. Belton, top of the key. Now the contested three, and she drains it. Picarazzi, a deep one. And the Raiders cut it back down to single digits in a timeout by the Raiders. 55-46. Raiders getting hot. We'll be right back here on the GRCC Sports Network.
And here comes the Raiders for the stretch run.
7:18 to play here in this fourth quarter. The Raiders on a 6-0 run over the last 2 minutes. They're within 9. And looking to make some more defensive stops. The three-point shooting is starting to warm up for the Raiders. Keel finds a lane before pivoting it outside. Eubanks, and a reach-in called there by Piat. 15th foul as a team tonight for the Raiders. Keel hands it off. Belton comes away with the steal. Belton to the rack, and she finishes, and the foul. Belton with a chance to make it 3 straight possessions down to their side of the floor with a 3-point play. Raiders an 8-0 run. On top of that, the Raiders 5 for their last 6 good from the field. Belton trying to complete the 3-point play. She cannot. Ball's loose. Eubanks comes away with it. So just a blink of the eye, and the Raiders are right back in this game. Defense nearly stealing it away again. The little step, and it's good. Davis with a nice move in the paint. Raiders back down by 9. DePoctor passes up on the 3. They're swinging it around. Wozniak finds a lane. She drives, and one! Wozniak, another chance at a 3-point play, 57-50. 6:14 remaining. Felt like just a few short game minutes ago that this one was getting out of hand. But the Raiders are 1 basket away from a 2-possession lead. They are. There it is. Chargers holding on to their 6-point lead. 6:10 to play. Ancilla in much need of a basket. Stolen away. Tiana Day to the rack. It's good. Chargers up by 4. Inside, Eubanks rejected. Oh, and the foul. Man, you could hear the thud of the ball from up here. I know the whistles have been heavy tonight, but they've been pretty quiet here in the 4th, and I guess all you could say is at least it's been consistent. Eubanks misses her first. Eubanks with 20 points tonight in her homecoming showing here in Grand Rapids. 5:45 to play. 58-53 is our score. Belton guiding this offense. Wozniak receives the bounce pass. Wozniak spinning, loses her handles. Wozniak trying to cross up, trying to fight it through, no good. Looking for the putback shot, no good, no whistle. And down the floor go the Chargers. Bonner with the ball, trying to kill some of this clock. Here's Eubanks, 10 on the shot clock. Finds Eubanks cutting. Oh, and they're gonna call, man. I don't know, I just don't know. 60-53. And a chance to complete this 3-point play. Avery Piott in foul trouble. It is a costly penalty there for Piott, but they got to keep her out there. I mean, I know she's hasn't had the night that she is wanted, but she's still one of your better shooters out on the floor. Under 5 to play. Raiders down 7. DePogder, a contested 3. No good, to the left. And Gold guiding this offense from the sidelines. Belton making sure she's showing her hands where they're at. Davis hands it off to Eubanks. Eubanks trying to find Keel cutting. And Day called for the foul. Maybe a little aggressive there. The free throws are going to keep coming here for the Chargers. Again, I guess the only upside here for the Raiders is the Chargers Again, the 8th worst free throw shooting team in the conference. She misses her first. Raiders, one of the only other teams, one of the other 7 teams that are worse than Ancilla College. She misses her too, so no harm, no foul. Near side to Proctor. Wozniak. Wozniak will jack a 3. Falls short to the right. Ball loose. And it just feels like there's a lot of hesitation on both sides in terms of who's going to go grab that ball. I think for the Raiders, you kind of got to just play it safe and be aggressive getting everything at this point. Lincoln Riley checks in for Sophia Wozniak. Excuse me, Allison Rockberg. Eubanks with a drive. No foul called there on DePoctor. Down the floor. Belton to the rack, and it's good. Cut it back down to 5. Need a defensive stop here. Trying to limit the fouls. Eubanks. Driving, trying to kick it out. It's stolen away by Belton. Belton. Down the floor, trying to bounce it to DePoctor. DePoctor has to kick it back outside. Swinging around. Belton for 3. Count it! The Raiders are within 2. And there's 3:05 to play. The Raiders, once down by 16, late in the third quarter, are within 2. Chargers trying to kill clock. Ball loose. And last touched off the knee of Keel. Both coaches coaching their absolute tail off right now. Both coaches with 3 timeouts apiece. The drive into the paint, the floater, no good. No good. The Raiders down the floor quickly. DePoctor wide open. DePoctor will pull up, mid-range, jumper, tie game, 2.5 to go. The Raiders have not led since the 7:17 mark of the first quarter and are 1 defensive stop away from having the chance to take back the lead. Timeout called by Ancilla. We'll take one as well. We'll be right back. 2:18 to play when we come back here on the GRCC Sports Network.
This is the fourth time.
Welcome back here on the GRCC Sports Network. 2:18 to play here in the fourth quarter. Tied up at 60 apiece. The Raiders, once down by 16 points, have charged all the way back. And now the Chargers trying to recapture their lead. Eubanks, this is the player you want the ball in their hands. Eubanks, the stop, the jump, no good. The Raiders with a chance to take their first lead since early in the first quarter. 2 to play. Belton swings it over to Proctor near arc. Proctor back out to the top of the key to Rockburn. Over to Belton. A lot of time off in this clock. Belton the drive, feeds it underneath. Bill Piat, no good. Minute 38 to play. Each possession more valuable than the last. Can he kick it out? Turnover, Chargers. So it'll take a second as Harmony Belton just relacing the shoes. This is an intense final 90 seconds of game here. See what the Raiders can do here. Can they finish off their comeback? Piot driving, bounces, Belton, 4-2, and it's good. 62-60. A minute 10 remaining. Keel over to Bonner. Now Eubanks near the logo. Here's Nelson, back to Eubanks. Eubanks driving, kicks it outside. 4-3, airballs it. And Belton comes away with the rebound. 50 seconds, trying to go down floor. Here's Rockburn as they slow it down. You got to try to kill much of this clock off. You still need a basket here on this bucket to make it a two-possession game. Piot navigating this offense, spinning, kicks it out. Rockburn passes up on three, drives in the lane. The layup, no good. Piot, the second chance try, gets the roll to go. They lead by 4. Shot clock turned off, 25 seconds to go. Here's Eubanks, she'll take 3. Airballs it, out of bounds. Last touch by the Chargers. And the Raiders will call a timeout. 17.8 seconds to play here in the fourth quarter. It's 64-60, Raiders with their first lead since the beginning of this game. We'll be right back here on the GRCC Sports Network. Welcome back here on the GRCC Sports Network. 17.8 seconds to go. Five fouls, so the bonus is on for the Raiders. And this is almost an instant foul here for the Chargers. Already too much time. Oh, late foul called there by the official on the near sideline. So they'll head to the line for 2. And I guess this is kind of where it benefits both sides here. Both teams not the greatest free throw shooting team. Raiders worse than Ancilla College, statistically speaking. Actually, no free throws coming their way. Chargers only with 3. So because of their low foul count, they're going to have to kill some valuable seconds here and hope for at least one miss here on this attempt, and they'll have to do a quick 3. And this should send her to the line. 13.5 seconds left on the clock.
Puts the Raiders into the bonus. At the line, Avery Piot shooting 2 for GRCC.
First attempt is good for Piot. You almost got to think if she can sink this one. It's not going to seal it, but it's going to make it even more difficult for the Chargers. Try to come back into this one. She drains it. So Marian Ancilla is going to call another timeout. They'll have 1 remaining. 13.5 seconds left when we come back here on the GRCC Sports Network. 66-60. 66-60 here on the GRCC Sports Network. Chargers need a quick three. She'll jack it up. No good. And out of bounds. Last touch by the Chargers. 7.7 seconds left. And timeout, Raiders. We'll be right back here on the GRCC Sports Network.
30 seconds timeout.
Welcome back here on the GRCC Sports Network, 66-60. Raiders looking to inbound it. DePogda receives it. The bounce over to Belton. And they're not going to foul. And how about that? The Raiders finish the game on a 26-6 run. Come all the way down from 16 points. Finish off the comeback in an exciting fashion here late in the fourth quarter. And that'll do it from us here at the Gordon Hunsberger Arena on the campus of Grand Rapids Community College. We'll take a break. When we come back, we will have the start of the men's game between Ancilla College and Grand Rapids Community College here on the GRCC Sports Network.